But European artists have been praising, deriding, or trying to be objective about the American Indian ever since they got here. The most energetic of them was the artist-explorer George Catlin in the 1830s. Catlin was largely free from the prejudices that disfigured white American views of Indians. He didn't idealize them as noble savages. He didn't demonize them as brutes. He tried to see them as real people in a real, if exotic, social setting.
Catlin also tries to deal with this problem of the ephemeral quality of the wilderness, the fact that we destroy it as we appropriate it.
We murder for dissect.
That's right. And the paintings are, I suppose, his primary means for preserving at least the image of that world. However, Catlin also proposes the creation of a kind of Indian preserve on that world. However, Catlin also proposes the creation of a kind of Indian preserve on what was then called the Great American Desert. And there you have the notion of another kind of ambition or relationship that Americans have towards that wilderness, the desire to freeze it somehow, to preserve it, if only as a museum specimen of the real thing, of the wild thing.
An artist might have fantasies about a museum of living Indians, but the American government preferred them dead. Tribe after tribe was harried into exile and starvation, and art faithfully recorded the changing status of the Indian in white men's eyes. In 1822, Charles King could paint a delegation of Pawnee chiefs to Washington as a group of Roman noblemen with finely etched faces personifying dignity and reason. But as the Indians kept fighting their losing battle against the settlers, as horror stories about scalping and treachery, abduction and rape became common coin in the East, so artists took to painting them as fiends. In a lurid expression of racial anxiety, Charles Diaz in 1845 paints a white settler and a red warrior equally crazed with bloodlust, locked together in their death fall into a gorge. Parallel with the demonic Indian is the doomed Indian. In The Last of the Race, Tompkins Matheson has a group of them looking westwards, but the sun that promised a future to Daniel Boone on his mountaintop promises only extinction to them. The dog knows that.